Hey everyone, what's up? Rajat from VFX World. Hope you really enjoyed that amazing video from Element 3D episode number 3 from season 2. So in this video we are trying to create that amazing text effect. So let's get started. Right now we're in After Effects and basically we have to create a texture for that. So just go to new comp and height and width should be same. Like here I'm taking 1080 by 1080, name it to texture and then just press OK. So this is a basic square comp and then right click new and then a solid and name it like a main layer like this and then just press OK. From effects and presets I'm taking a fractal noise, just drag and drop here, and from here we have to do some basic changes. First of all, fractal type from basic to change it to max, or you can change it to strings. So let's select the strings one like this, and then from the noise type from soft linear to box one. So now it looks something like that, and then we are increasing the complexity to, let's take around 8, and then the transformation scale I'm just decreasing the scale value to bit down here like this much is good enough, and then the contrast a little bit higher, something like 170. So now what happened, few lines are visible here and few are not, and now we have to change some evolutions here. Just press alt hold and then click this stopwatch, then you can find this expression. Here you have to type time and then a star, and let's take around 100%. So now what you have to do, when you play this, it will start animating here just like this. So it's very fast right now, so let's decrease it to, let's take around 80. So now it's animate something like that. Now we have to add some basic colors here. So first of all, what you have to do, I'm taking a normal tint effect and then I'm simply drag and drop into here, and from the white color let's change it to any color like blue or something like that. Okay, this is pretty good. Okay, so now you have to take another new comp. This is the texture which is completely done. From here take a new comp and just make it to 1280 by 720p, and then select and rename it like a main comp and simply press OK. Here we have to take a new text here. Just click this text and press this bevel. I'm selecting this bevel one, so this looks pretty well, and from here let's make it to 0 to make it something like that. Then just hide it, right click new solid and name it like E3D because we'll apply element 3D here. Then just press OK. From the effects and controls, right click video copilot and then simply select element. Now go to project and import this texture on here and hide it. Select element 3D, go to effects controls, from custom layers. Now from text and mask you have to select our text, which is this bevel, and from this texture and maps you have to select our texture, which is this one, texture. That's it. Now you have to go to the scene setup. Now inside of scene setup you have to click this extrude where you can find this bevel's text is here. Now you have to do some basic simple changes. So select the scale tool. I'm just making it a bit down here like this, and first of all rename it to like top and press OK like this, and select duplicate the model and I'm just pressing it to back a bit like this, and then we have to make the scale bit up something like that. Okay, and then I have to decrease the size, but I just want to increase the bevel one for the very first and increase the outline width bit higher like this. That's it, and select this one and I'm just making it to like this, so it will become a border. And select the top one, press alt and drag to make it like this, and it will become something like that. Okay, now select this one, this is a middle one here, and just rename it to like middle. That's it, press OK, and again alt and drag it here and just decrease it a bit like this and place it here. That's it, very much well. And again select the top one and drag and drop it to back like this, and decrease the size a bit low, something like that. Okay, pretty nice. Okay, so the bevel creation process is done, and now you have to apply some materials. So I'm just importing the material for this top one. This is a gold, just drag and drop. And now for the middle one, I'm selecting the black glass and drag and drop it to here like this. Now select the glass and go to the illumination, and from the drop down you can find the texture here. Increase the brightness value to bit higher like 30%, and then just simply press OK. Now go to this illumination tab and increase the intensity to 100% so that you can exactly see all the details are coming like that. Now go to the scene materials and select the black glass and place it to here. So this means if you control any one, it will already apply on the same thing on the both side. Okay, now select the top one here, and I'm just applying a basic chrome material for this one and this one as well. So this is the basic process is done. Now select the black glass here, select this one, go to this UV map, and I'm just making it to 8 by 8 to make it a bit smaller, something like that, and select this one and I'm making it like to 2.5 by 2.5, something like that. So it means this one a bit higher and this one a bit lower, something like that. So both are size bit variations. Then change the texture mapping to box repeat, something like that. So now it's become pretty well. Okay, after that select this black glass, selection this, and from the blending mode I'm changing to from add to screen. So now it becomes something very amazing. Okay, so after that we have to take a new plane here, rotate this on this axis. Now you have to select this and just move it to back here, just like that, and then just select the two-sided plane so that you can exactly see where it is. And then you have to increase the plane size, not too much, just this much is enough. Okay, after that I'm just applying a black glass material and select, right click, and then you have to apply reflection mode and then a mirror surface so that you can see it completely looks amazing. And select this black material and go down, increase the reflectivity to 100% and select the glossiness down, something like that. Okay, now go down here, select this matte shadow and matte reflection. So now what happened, you can exactly move it like this. You can't see the plane here, but you can exactly see the plane reflections properly. Okay, so now increase the size the plane a bit higher, something like that. Okay, that's it. Now select the top material, right click, and then I'm changing the reflection mode to spherical. Select this one also. So we have to make all the reflection mode to spherical. Okay, so everything is set up properly. Now they're talking about the environment. Select the environment. Now here I have the default environments here, but you can exactly use anything which you really wish to use. So let's select parking blurred one, or else I'm selecting the studio blurred. Okay, this is pretty nice here. Okay, that's it. Now when you're happy with your main settings, you can change the single light to, let's take around cinematic light, and then press OK. Okay, now the basic step is done. Now the second step is all about the camera setup and all. So just right click, take a new camera and select like 35mm and turn off this lock and zoom. Just press OK. So now zooming it just like that and make it to here like this so that you can exactly see how it look like. Then select element 3D, go here, go to element 3D particle replicator and rotate it in x-axis just like a bit here. That's it, and make it to here just like that. Okay, so now it means this become at some tilted. After that, go to this render settings where you can find this physical environment, rotation environment, so that you can rotate the environment. So I'm just making it to in y-axis. Just select the keyframe and I'm going to, let's take around the last like 12 seconds comp and press N here, and I'm just rotating it to in 1. So it means it will rotate in completely 1. So see, the environment started rotating. After that, what you have to do, select this element 3D and we have to duplicate it, but before that we have to do some several settings about the camera animation as well. So first of all, the camera animations. So let's zooming it to here because we are doing a lot of camera animations. In fact, 3 steps camera animations. So first step is just like that. So this is my first camera animation motion. Select this and select the camera. I am taking like around 2.5 seconds. Select Ctrl Shift and D to cut the layer, in fact the duplicate, and then it will cut the layer. And the second camera, turn off the first camera. The second camera, the camera angle should be just like that. So this is my second camera angle. Okay, and then I'm taking it to just this much time frame, and then Ctrl Shift and D to cut that, and this much is my rest of the areas. Okay, so in this the second or third camera, I'm just making the camera animations like this, and this is my third camera animations angle. So this will be my third camera animation starting angle. Okay, now I have to start animating. So this is my first camera. Just turn on my first camera and select P for position, Shift A for animation. Just select both of this and go to this last frame of this, zooming it out and just rotate a bit and move it to here just like that. Okay, so this is my first camera animation, which is looks just like that. Okay, now check it. So it looks, wow, it's amazing. It's really amazing. Okay, so now the second part of the animations. So select this one, this camera, and now I have to do the second animation. So just press P, Shift A, select both of this and go to the last frame, and I'm just making it to just like that. Okay, so this is my last one and making it to there. Okay, that's it. So now see, so turn on the first one and let's check how it's look like. Press 0 to check the buffer, and yes, this is pretty amazing animation, but make sure do not use any easy ease or easy in out and all, because that can be hampered with complete animation. So this is the first step, the second step, and this is our last one which will be animating right now. So just select the camera, and then you have to go to the first frame, turn off this camera, and like this, press P, Shift A, select both of this, and now you have to go to, let's take around 10 seconds and move it, zoom it back just like that, and simply make it to visible here in front of your screen. Okay, so the animation is looking just like that, and it looks super amazing. Now you have to give some more settings to make it more realistic and more amazing. So first of all, the very first step is select the element 3D. You have to go down and you can find this ambient occlusion. Just turn it on. So now you can exactly see the changes here. Just turn it off and on. So I'm just increasing it to 5 and press OK. And after that, I'm selecting the lights here, and I'm selecting like 360 lights, so that you can see all the 360 lights will be applied on this complete render. So it looks just like that. Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to just duplicate the Control D, so element 3D duplicate, and here you can find this output from composite, check it to illumination. So now what happened, only the illuminated part is right now visible here. Now go to this effects and presets, and I'm selecting like a glow and drag and drop it to here. So now this is start glowing here. Now decreasing the glow thresholds and increasing the glow radius just like that. So now go to the first frame, you can see exactly it's completely look like this. So you have to increase it, the glow thresholds, and from normal make it to add. Okay, so now after applying the glow, you have to apply and then hue and saturations to change the color with your controls. So now I'm changing the colors to, let's take around like purple. Go to the first frame to check how it's look like when you change it to purple. So I think let's change it to something yellow, because this is golden materials and this the yellow will connect with this. Now you have to check with all colors. Yes, the yellow is a bit nice. Increase the saturations. Now everything is set up properly, and now the end thing which is most important, that is the depth of field. After all, this is the most important part. So just turn on the depth of field, and now I'm changing it to, let's take around 150%. Let's see how it look like. Wow, it looks amazing. And now I'm decreasing it to let's take on 120%, and let's see, I just want to this area to be focused. Now see, it looks something like crisp, clear mirror surface thing, and increasing the aperture value to 12 to check it out, and increasing the blur value to 200% to make it more blurred. The background one, only this much area is in right now focus. And now after that, we have to do some basic color corrections. Just right click, adjustment layer, and then right click, then control panel colors correction, and then simply just curves and just decreasing it and increase it to a bit high like this. After that, you just simply press render. So guys, hope you really enjoyed this amazing tutorial from Element 3D, and if yes, then don't forget to subscribe, like, comments and share, and make sure you have to subscribe to VFX World. Follow us on our social media handles, all links in the description box below. See you next time with some more amazing content. Till then, have fun, stay healthy. Bye bye.